And we're back for some more Persona 4 Golden. This time around, we're going to be exploring the remainder of Yukiko's castle.
Yep, which is awesome. So yeah, last time we pretty much kind of explored Yukiko's castle a little bit, got to do some grinding, and just learning about all the different kinds of enemies that lurk in this godforsaken place.
Alright, now I ran into something funny here. Now, I was playing as off-stream, so you can tell. It's connecting to network there. Because the way my settings were
Configured,
yes, that whenever I enter a dungeon, I'm supposed to be able to connect to the network, so in case I can get a SOS chime, whenever I'm in trouble, someone can just chime in and help me out during battle or something. But because for some reason my Steam was not working out the way I'd like it to, it just takes a few seconds until they tell me that the connection was unsuccessful. We'd like to try again. So I said no, and I just went to offline settings instead to avoid this problem in the future.
Yeah, what the heck happened there?
I have no clue. I know it worked last time. That was the interesting thing.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there we go. That's really close, actually. You almost didn't get that.
Well, I edited it out because we already seen this particular encounter, and basically throughout every new dungeon, you will be getting basically essentially the same encounter, but there are stronger forms.
Right.
But you will get a lot more golden experience by beating them. So because I already showed off what a rare encounter looks like, I'm probably not going to do that again.
Yeah. It's nice and.
I couldn't get away in time. That's okay. I took care of the problem.
Yes. Okay, that's actually really, really funny. Just when you were getting the chest, it was the fact that even as you're opening the chest, just in the background, you still see the shadow trying to claw at you.
They're still flailing away. Yeah.
I always love that sort of animations in games where it's like when
or if you get an enemy to be stuck at a wall or something.
Yes, just like in Pokemon Sword and Shield when you're getting chased by a Sharpedo, when you actually like hit a ray attack, somebody just stays frozen in place.
Well, that's because it's programmed to go in basically one direction. You know, it can't really turn around on you or maneuver itself around on you.
Yeah, I was more talking about like when you're in the pause screen, it just stays there.
Yeah. I know. That's because the AI is programmed to go in a certain direction. It's not like they can actually maneuver around, unless the corridor or the hallway is wide enough for them to maneuver around. Mm-hmm. They generally always go in one direction.
Right. Alright, and you equipped Ukobak.
Yes, because here's the thing. When fusing personas in this game, here's something weird. When fusing personas, right? Generally, if the formula, unless the formula is very specific, right? Mm-hmm. Here's a weird thing. When you fuse two personas together, you're always going to get the same result, regardless, right? It just depends on what two personas you're fusing together. However, when you try to fuse 3 or more personas, that gets a little tricky. In the case of 3 personas, for some reason, if one of the personas in the formula is at a certain level, the results you get upon fusing 3 personas are going to be different. Again, it depends on which persona, what level which persona it is. So, for example, if I were to fuse Ukaba, Slime, and Angel, and let's say Angel right now, Ukaba's a level 7 by the way, I would get an Emperor persona, which is something I don't want at the moment. I actually want a Justice persona. Right. So for me to get this, I have to level Ukaba one more time to level 8. So when I fuse the 3 of them together, I'll actually get a Justice persona, the Archangel.
Yeah. Hey, Just Key and money. And
a new persona as well.
Sweet.
It's not until later on where if the formula is specific, like only these, let's say if you're trying to fuse like 5 or 6 personas to make one super persona, if that formula is, if that ingredient to make a really super strong persona is specific, then regardless of the level each persona is at, it's always going to end up resulting in that, let's say, a powerful judgment persona.
Nice.
Okay, now technically it is a treasure box encounter. I never showed this off before. I am showing it off here. Yes, you can encounter monsters in the chest, just like any traditional RPG ever.
Oh my god. Yeah, I really, I hate the I just hate treasure justing counters. It's very annoying.
I mean, sometimes they can just be simply mimics
It's down.
or enemies that you fight, but when you fight them, they always drop items. You know, like a specific item.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy does this like all the time.
Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Someone else's turn.
Alright, and you're just gonna beat the crap out of this poor hand.
Well, yeah, because I want the money and the experience because it cuts down my grinding.
Yeah. And there you go. Shuffle time. Okay. Give me 1 second.
I decided to go for the experience there because I want to be able to reach levels a little quicker. Normally in regular Persona 4, I won't have to necessarily worry about levels. Exactly, because I have beaten Yukiko under like level 13 or 14 or something like that. At least in the PS2. Now, this is not to say the PS Vita version is any harder. It's just that I want to get to level 18 because since I unlocked the Aeon Arcana with Marie, I can't get an Aeon Persona until I'm level 18, so I want to grind until I'm at least level 18 before leaving this dungeon.
Yeah.
Again, it's not because the boss fights any harder.
It's just for future endeavors later down the line.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Especially how I'm handling this playthrough at the minute.
Yeah.
Now, if this was a regular PS2 version, I don't think that'd be a concern. I just get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, but like with this particular game, because of the fact that you've got the Aeon Arcana, you have to approach it a little bit differently.
And there's another Arcana you unlock later on as well. And although in this game, it gives you more dates, like more available dates for you to spend your time. So there is that as well.
Yeah. There's getting more into Yukiko's inner thoughts here.
Well, what she really would like to say, as opposed to what she actually said.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like living through her experiences and
her true thoughts and feelings on
Yeah.
the scenario. So it seems like with that, she's kind of really sick of people only seeing her as the one who will be the future manager of the Amagi Inn.
Well, that's just simply because, like, with nobody else to step up, she's kind of like next in line.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah, I think she gets that, but I think it's more the fact that's only what people see her as, and they don't really see her as.
It's more like her future's kind of already been decided for her. It's what she's kind of sick of at the second.
Right. And not to mention the fact that she really hates creepy guys asking her to do stuff.
Well, it's one of those things where cute women in particular, they just simply get used to it.
Right.
Well, not that they don't like it or anything. It's just something that it's just comes with the territory, I suppose. I mean, like imagine working as a waitress and you're wearing nothing but like a like a blouse or something where the skirt basically just covers the butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Like traditional, a guy will always take a moment to spank you in the ass.
Yeah.
And albeit not painful, it's just more embarrassing.
Right.
You know?
And hey, get a new persona.
No, actually, a strength persona that I was considering making, but I can just get one for free.
Yeah, that works.
I mean, again, in this game, Persona, you always want to constantly update your Persona roster to be at the best level they can be, because you can fuse Personas together to bring over moves to your stronger Persona, and they can make better use of it because of higher stats.
Yeah. Was that our first instance of a lock chest, or was that? Or did you already...
I think so, but basically they contain uncommon to rare items.
It's our turn first. There's 3 enemies.
Like in this, but whatever you get that was completely random. You're not in control of what you get. The best you can do with, like I mentioned previously, with the map regeneration trick, is to farm for items, and hopefully you get enough of what you want.
Yeah.
/ need.
And hey, critical.
Go,
Well, not a critical hit.
More like a weakness.
Yeah, so sometimes you'll get the only time you do get that
It's down.
Nice.
that
Ready or not,
That
here
animation.
we
yeah,
go.
that animation. If you can score a critical hit with your physical attack.
No, man, just couldn't finish him off.
Attaboy, Yosuke.
Yeah,
You're in
because you
the
know what it is.
zone.
All-out attack is actually dependent on how many party members you have.
Yeah,
So obviously for the party of 4, the all-out attack would be stronger.
yeah. I hate that. I hate when you're like just off on something when they hang on like barely enough HP.
Yeah, and not to mention the all-out attack is considered to be almighty as well.
Yeah.
Ah,
Right,
that
and
took
there you
forever.
go. Yosuke took the last hit.
Okay, so
Right, so
That-
moving onward. On
yeah,
the
yeah,
sixth floor here.
yeah. There's only two floors left. There's only like 2 floors left. There's this one, the 7th one, and the 8th one is the boss room. This dungeon is actually pretty short in comparison to the other dungeons we'll be encountering later on.
Yeah. So it's not. So this is not the. If you think this is long, you have not seen it. You don't know it's coming to you.
I'm sorry.
Never mind.
I mean, I missed out on what
Nothing important.
nothing important. Okay,
Oh my god.
if you say so.
Yeah.
I mean, the next few dungeons going forward after this is going to be similarly long.
Yeah. And hey, found the stairs.
Well, similarly longer than this one, I should say, because this is just basically structured to show you how going through TV worlds work.
Yeah, it's more like an introduction than anything else.
Yeah, I was hoping to get like another one more if I can get another shuffle, but not like the second. But I'll take the HP recovery over the stat buffs over a persona that I'm probably not going to be using for too much longer.
Yeah, and you get a level up to boot out of that too. So. All right. Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, giant red shadow. They usually contain the harder encounters. You can still find them as early as the first couple of floors. Encounters that you're not supposed to be taken on yet.
All
Because
right, I leveled up.
that's annoying.
But you do get a good amount of experience if you manage to beat them. And in some cases, even a stronger persona as long as you're at an appropriate level.
Yeah. Which makes sense. And yeah, another locked chest. Another wing strap.
That increases your agility. Basically, that pretty much affects your turn order as well as I think your ability to dodge attacks. I think that's another thing.
And Volt Suppressor. I think that decreases your weakness to electric moves.
It resists electric, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, rather it raises evasion. There we go.
Huh.
So you can use, for example, Yosuke says his persona is weak to electricity. If you'd rather have him dodge his weakness and not getting knocked down, this is a good option for him.
Yeah.
There are a better version of that item later on.
But for now, since we're only in the beginning dungeons, it's the best that you're gonna have. It's the best you got at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So you're gonna be able to get a. You want to go for the easy persona.
Yeah, because
Ooh, death persona.
because even though I could have gotten the one more Arcana, it could have easily erased the new persona.
Yeah, and you didn't want to risk that.
Yeah. Plus, here's the other thing too. While I was not required to beat the game, filling the compendium is a bit of a daunting task because think about how much money you're gonna need to farm in order to use every persona ever.
Oh my god. Oh, I just thought that is a lot of yen.
I've done that in the original Persona 4. It was daunting to do so. All just so I can unlock Lucifer.
Oh my god. What's Lucifer? Who is Lucifer anyway?
Lucifer, the son of the Prince of Dark, Prince of Darkness, right?
Vaguely. Strong shadow. Anyways.
Yeah,
2 enemy shadows. You get to
yeah,
go
what you call it?
first.
Lucifer, I think, is the strongest. I think it's the strongest Judgment Arcana or the strongest Star Arcana. It's one of those two.
That's how it's done. You knocked it down.
I know in Persona 5, among one of the strongest
It's
Judgment
down.
Arcana. One of the strongest.
Judgment.
Yeah, oh, it is Judgment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Lucifer is very strong. You know, like just generally high stats.
This
Very,
one's
very
weak
hard
against
hitting
electric.
magic and stuff like that. just really, really damn strong. And you probably can't get it until I think level 95, I think,
Oh
or,
my
or
God.
96. Yeah.
That's a long way
This
away.
enemy's weak to fire.
And
But
not something you're gonna be attempting in this playthrough.
I could attempt it. You know what the funny thing is that even if you're like level 90 something, even at the final boss, it can still take a little bit to take him down because of how much high HP the final boss has.
Right.
Because every Persona boss battle tends to be long. Well, long as in like your average 10 to 12 minutes, and then when you get to the final boss, it usually caps to be at least over 20 minutes.
Yeah, and hey, you have another got an ice suppressor that time.
Yeah, think Volt Suppressor, but you dodge ice.
Yeah. It's not bad. It doesn't work on anyone yet, so.
Well, we can still use it in general.
Right.
Because extra evasion against certain attacks can always be very helpful, especially if you rather not wait to turn to heal up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention this. Chie in one of the previous matches learned Mabufu, which is pretty much a spread ice move.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's another reason why I wanted to grind Chie up to at least level 14 here, because Mabufu is gonna be really helpful for the
Boss fight?
Yeah. Yes, I can hit both targets at once.
Yeah. So, always a good idea to have a spread move. Never a bad thing.
No, especially if you encounter multiple enemies with the same weakness, instead of having to like do a single spell individually, you can just take them out all at once.
Yeah. And enemies. Hi.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. And also another thing now I'll just bring up very quick. I am going to avoid taking on the Reaper, not until perhaps if I am really high level, because the Reaper is one of the hardest encounters in the game. Although in New Game Plus, if you do take on the Reaper, here's the thing: in New Game Plus, you can carry your levels over to your new playthrough, and if you do beat the Reaper at every single dungeon, then you do get basically the ultimate weapon for each character, I guess.
Nice.
Something that rocks like super high stats and like defense, attack, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's dependent on the dungeon that you're in as well. But I think it's a New Game Plus thing. Although I know beating the Reaper grants you a lot of, I think it grants you lots of experience. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah. And as I said, I've had way too much stupid luck in dungeons with getting the Reaper early.
Well, here's the thing. In Persona 4, you can still avoid the Reaper. It's just that when you come across the treasure chest, it will say, "It's just a horrifying presence. You're not really sure if you should open up the chest or not. You can still choose not to open it and just run off afterwards."
Yeah.
So it's just more like a little scare rather than it's actually gonna chase you down. Like in Persona 3, if you accidentally pick up a card that has a black smoke and it has like the skull on it, like the shadowy figure skull or whatever.
Right.
The Reaper does eventually come for you. Same and similar to Persona 5 too, where if you stay in one floor of mementos for too long, like at least 5 minutes, then you start to hear the change route, and you actually do get to see the Reaper chase you down that way too.
Oh god. It's creeping me out thinking about it. Oh my god.
Although in Persona 5, there's actually a way you can cheese the Reaper, believe it or not. There's a way you can actually cheese it. However, it's only during flu season, I think.
How do you cheese it?
Okay, so here's what you do. Basically, what happens is during the flu season, I think is around November. I think it's around December. Oh, by the way, like I said, I grind up to level 18. Well, I grind until I'm close to level 18 level. So the next fight, I'm like level 17 right now. Next fight is going to grant me a level up. So I do show off my roster really quick to show you what I got. I'm definitely bringing Archangel to the fight because I was able to fuse Slime, Angel, and Ukabaja level 8 together.
Okay.
And because of that, I got Resist Fire and Resist Physical. That's going to be very useful for the boss fight.
Yeah.
I even leveled up the Archangel persona until it learns Media, which is an AoE heal. That's gonna be really useful.
Yeah. So how were you able to choose again for Persona 5?
Basically, what you do is this: so during the flu season, when you encounter it, you always have to run away on your first turn. Thankfully, you are able to run away, so it's not that hard. After a couple more times, it should suffer under the despair status. You just defend for your entire turn, and then a couple turns later, it just dies on its own, and you get a massive experience and money boost.
Nice.
Princes are here to see me.
You even get an item that halves all incoming damage, but sacrifices your evasion.
Oh, I wish I'd gotten a better look at you.
And you can grind for those things too, and basically make every one of your allies basically tanks, while sacrificing the evasion.
Far, far away where no one knows me. If you're my prince, you'd take me there, won't you? Come on, pretty please.
Oh, is this scoring a hot stud?
Now Tay
Three
knows what scoring a hot
princes?
stud means.
Wait, does that include me too?
Duh. The third one's gotta be me.
I seriously doubt that.
Chie. Yes, she's my prince. She always leads the way. Chie's a strong prince, or at least she was.
Was?
When it comes down to it, Chie's just not good enough. She can't take me away from here. She can't save me.
Yukiko!
Stop. Historic inn? Manager training? I'm sick of all these things chaining me down. I never asked to be born here. Everything's decided for me, from how I live to where I die. I'm so sick of it. To hell with it all.
That's not true.
I just want to go somewhere far away. Anywhere but here. Someone please take me away. I can't leave here on my own. I'm completely useless.
Stop. Please stop.
I have no hope if I stay, and no courage to leave. So I sit on my ass, hoping that someday my prince will come. I don't care where we go. Anywhere's fine. As long as it's not here, I don't give a damn. Historical tradition, pride of the town, what a bunch of bullshit.
How dare you?
That's how I really feel. Isn't that right, me?
No!
Stop! Don't say it!
No!
And yet they don't listen.
Me!
They never do.
Nope. Alright, so. Now this is the Shadow Yukiko boss fight. Thankfully it's not too hard, 'cause I did level up a little bit.
It's building
And
more and more.
And while I have no SP healing, I've had to use up the last of what I got left while grinding, because I'd rather go into the fight as healthy as I can, without needing to leave the dungeon to go back in. So while I'm not like 100% healthy going into this, I think I can manage it. Okay, so you know how her
We have to
Shadow
stop
transformed
it.
took a
That
bird
girl's
in the
in
cage.
danger.
Fun fact: in the Persona 4 animation, there was a flashback during Yukiko's childhood where she had a pet bird, and when she tried to open the cage door to go feed it, it flew away. So she couldn't do what the bird was able to do: fly away from the cage.
I am a shadow. The true
You know
self.
what the expression means? Like you're like a
Now,
bird
my
in the cage.
prince,
Yeah, we
why don't we
feel trapped.
dance and
Yeah.
make merry together?
Hang in there, Yukiko! I'm
So
right
so
here
that
for
that
you.
was explored a bit more in the
Really?
anime
Then I'll make sure to
adaptation,
give
which
you
is why
plenty to deal with.
when he faced her shadow is literally just a bird in the cage.
Alright, so going into the Yukiko boss fight here, do you want to go over like how you're gonna approach this fight?
Well, one strategy I like to exploit here is using Red Wall on Chie, because she's weak to fire.
Right.
And if I let her get hit by fire, she can do an immediate follow-up attack, which actually will put me in a bit of a disadvantage. So I don't want to let that happen. Buffs are also appreciated. That's why Yosuke's there.
Yeah. And a rage rate increases.
Now what's different here is, unlike the PS2 version, Shadow Chie is weak to ice. However, in the original she was not.
Huh. Swing.
I suppose because she's gonna swap around.
Ow.
Yeah, she also double feigns actually really hurt. But guess what? I got double feigns too. I just think I combine 100 damage. That's gonna be really good early on too. That's another reason why I want to get Archangel. Being able to connect to a reliable multi-hit,
Right.
even if it is light damage right now, being able to do a quick multi-hit's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
What?
Now the reason why I
Are
only
you
put
trying
Red
to
Wall
make me
early on in the
mad?
fight is because her attack actually does have an AoE fire attack.
Oh. And that hurts.
Yeah, that's another reason why I also want to resist fire, because I want my main character to basically just tank her hits and still be able to heal up and keep myself relatively healthy.
Yeah.
While I'm trying to let Yosuke provide support with buffs, and Chie can just basically do some of the attacking herself. Now this is the cue where Pastures there, Yukiko.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to wait till a little later on to do the red wall thing, when the Q says she at the Passion Stare at Chie, this is where you want to actually activate red wall. You can defend as well. If you'd rather not do the red wall strategy, I only just choose to do red wall because I'd rather just keep the offense up without having to skip a turn. So you see right there though. Even the resist, I still took about roughly 40 damage, but thankfully I can heal it up with Media without having to worry about the damage too much. I can simply erase it.
Right.
So yeah, even if you do decide to defend without the red wall and Chie when you get that prompt, you're still basically spending a turn guarding as opposed to being able to stay on offense while being able to take the fire hits very well.
Yeah.
So that's why I prefer to have red wall as early as this. It does cost a lot of SP, yeah, but it's worth it.
Worth and Sonic Punch. Not the Falcon Punch, the Sonic Punch.
Yep. It's just a slightly stronger bash, but it works.
Yeah.
You're sure? I mean,
And hey,
that's fine,
weakness.
We're not done
Now
yet.
I decided
Show
to
me
guard
the
it because I wasn't
strength
sure
of
if she was going to
yours.
try to go for the
Come, my prince.
fire move again. But also hit me that, oh, she's at half health. That means she's going to call for reinforcements.
Right. And summon.
Yeah, this is her Prince Charming.
Oh my god.
Now, I mentioned in the original PS2 version that Xiao Yukiko was not weak to ice.
Yeah.
In the original PS2 version, the Prince Charming was weak to ice. However, he's also immune to critical hits, so you really can't do a follow-up attack with the two of them out in the field. Another reason why I brought Mbufu into the fight is because I can hit both of them at the same time and just do a follow-up. Like whether I want to buff the main character, whether I want to add more damage, it allows myself more options.
Yeah. It's always nice. And your silence.
That's how my
Well, Chie
prince
is
should
anyways.
be.
Which is fine, because I was able to get the attack buff off before that happened, so I was okay. I was okay with that scenario.
Yeah.
The other thing is this: don't always go after the.
Can't use her
Don't really go after the Prince Charming. You're basically wasting your turn.
Yeah, you just want to keep focusing your attacks on Shadow Yukiko.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
You will touch. Missed. Miss.
Yeah, that's another reason why I chose the guard, because again, I don't want Agi to knock down Chie since his red wall ran out.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a safer option just to guard for now. But Chie's only really useful with her personas anyways, and she's silent, so that's why I chose the guard.
Prince.
And look at that,
My
the
dear prince.
the prince simply just ran away.
Nice. And
Why?
the prince will no
Why
longer
won't he
appear.
come?
No one's coming. Now's your chance to attack.
So all I gotta pretty much do is just simply pile on the
Chie-chan
damage,
can't
and
use her
then she will
persona.
eventually go down.
Oh, nice.
It's just, again, it just takes a while because how much health bosses in particular tend to have.
Yeah. And skewer. Ow.
Looks like I had the wrong idea.
Looks like I had
You're
the
no
wrong idea.
princes. Die, you worthless
And she calls
commoners.
us worthless commoners.
Well, she's acting like a queen, yeah.
Her voice.
That's a guaranteed
Yusuke's
fear
scared.
infliction.
Ooh.
I don't think they run away during boss battles. I know when you're under the fear stash, you run away during regular battles, but I don't think you can run during boss battles. I don't think so, anyways.
Nice.
Because So the only thing that really happens is they're just easier to hit.
Yeah.
Because the logic is that they're so paralyzed with fear they can't move.
Yeah. I'm gonna look that up really quick out of curiosity.
Yeah, go right ahead.
It's cornered! You're nearly there!
Alright, just rinse, lather, and repeat. Double fangs. Sonic punch. And one more Bufu later, it's all over.
You did it, Sensei!
Alright, I reached level 18. That means that I'll actually be able to make an Aeon persona.
Nice.
And I learned Magaru, which is basically an AoE version of Garu, pretty much. I don't need Bash anymore, since I think Sonic Punch does more damage, so I'd rather keep whatever else I have at the moment, so there you go.
Yukiko! Yukiko, are you hurt? No, I'm not.
We understand. You're not the only one like that, Yukiko-san. Everyone has something they can't show to other people, or don't want to admit to themselves.
Yukiko, I'm sorry. I was so self-centered that I never understood what you were going through. I'm your friend, and I'm so sorry. Chie.
Now it's time for them to kiss and make up.
Jealous of you, Yukiko.
Yeah, I didn't.
You had
I couldn't
everything
find
that I
anything really.
didn't.
I didn't find anything
But
that
jealousy
said one
was
way or the
like
other.
a wall.
Yeah, so pretty much at the
was
moment,
so
all we can
lonely.
go
I
on
wanted
is
you to
that
need me.
when under the fear status,
But
you
it
may
was
run away.
me
You may
who
automatically
needed
run away
you.
from
I can't
random
do
battles, but
anything
not
right
from
on
boss
my own.
battles.
Yep, that's what we can
Caused so
assume.
much trouble for Yosuke
And
and the
I'm going to
others.
assume that's
If you
that's
weren't by my
the,
side,
that's it, really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Chie, I never saw the real you either. I was too busy trying to find an easy way out. I want to run away. I want someone to save me. You're right. Those feelings are part of me too. I understand now. You're me.
And her persona is suddenly a cheerleader. Alright, this is Konoha Sakuya. We'll get into Yukiko's persona in full detail once we can actually use her in combat.
Nice.
Yukiko!
And she is really, really
Are
tired.
you okay?
Well, as would anyone who
I'm
goes
just
through
a
a
little
persona
tired.
awakening.
You all came to rescue me.
Of course!
Except for the main character for some reason.
Don't even mention it.
Who knows?
I'm just so glad you're safe.
Right on.
So, who threw you in here?
Well, I'll tell you, you don't waste any time. So, who threw you to the
Rather,
TV?
What are you?
I'm Teddy. So who threw you in?
Oh my, Teddy, leave her
I don't know.
alone.
I think
Well, he's trying to like, hey, who threw you
Call my
in?
name.
So, someone's been messing
But
up my
my
TV
memory's a
world.
blur.
So I just want to know who's
I
been
can't
throwing
remember
people
who
in.
it was. I'm sorry. Teddy?
No new clues.
Not necessarily. Now we know for sure that someone threw Yukiko-san in here.
Then
This
it
guy,
really
always the
isn't
optimistic
you
one.
guys.
Yep. I like his options here.
I always believed it
You
wasn't
always
you
believed
guys.
us, okay.
Sure, we'll go with
You
that,
little-
I guess.
You're one lying
I
sack of
guess,
honey.
yeah.
One lying sack of honey. I love
Let's hurry
Yosuke.
back home. Yukiko.
Well,
looks
he's a
exhausted.
bear, and bears like
Thanks
honey,
again,
so I guess that makes sense.
Wait, you're leaving me here?
Obviously.
Leaving you? What are you talking
Yes,
about?
honey,
You live
you're,
here.
now you're the king of this castle.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, Teddy. I promise to come again. So be a good boy and wait here until then.
my, it's getting crowded here. Why don't you and I go somewhere else?
Yeah, nice pickup
Come
line.
on, pretty please.
You're giving me the
Now
creeps.
you're like a kid in a candy
That's
store.
it. You're stuck here for the rest of your life.
Yukiko.
Okay,
are
with
you
this
all right?
mission finally
You're not
done,
hurt anywhere, are
this
you?
does mean that
No.
going forward,
I'm just a little
at some
tired.
point, I will be able to rank up with Chie because we did save Yukiko. You wouldn't be able to do this beforehand, other
sorry,
than just
but
unlocking
I don't
the
remember
Cherry
anything.
persona.
Yeah.
Well, no worries.
Or
You're
Cherry
safe,
Arcana,
and
rather.
That's more than enough.
But there's no
Now
mistake
this,
that
is
Yukiko-san
actually
was
another one of those choices where
attacked the
you
same
can
way as
increase
the
one of your
last two
stats.
And I think the one we
I
saw
think
on
it's
the
coming
Midnight
up.
Channel
Yeah, I'm
wasn't
pretty
the
sure
real
it's coming up in
Yukiko-san,
just a bit.
but her shadow. Maybe the things
Nice.
Yukiko-san was suppressing in this world took form in the TV.
I know some people tend to think that
No,
it doesn't
Teddy
really
was
quite
saying
matter,
something
but
like that.
when you're missing out on a few stat
no
points,
use. Just going round
when
and
you
round in
can't do
circles.
something or
What
can't
kind of person could be doing this?
advance something because you don't have a another higher rank in one of your social stats, this actually does matter because the extra
Yeah.
1 point I got in
We
understanding
go
can
over
actually
it some
pile
other
up.
day.
Yeah. Which is
Yukiko
nice.
really needs to get some rest. I'll take her home.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yukiko-san must be exhausted. We'll talk about all this some more once she gets her strength back.
I was able to rescue Yukiko safely, but the case is still at large.
I mean, the case is still unsolved, so for now we just have to kind of wait a little bit for Yukiko to recover.
He's home!
Yeah, and you know what's funny? You can save her as early as I mentioned before, where you can do this
Hi there.
you can do this on like
We
the
got off work
moment
at the
that the
same
game
time,
tells
so
you you
I'm
can do
giving
whatever
him a
you
ride
want.
back to his place.
And if you save her on the first day,
thought
she'll
we
take like
might as
well
well
over a
swing
week to
by.
recover
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
because
I'm Adachi.
plot reasons, I guess.
Been your dad's slave since spring.
I can still work
Adachi.
you harder, you know.
A good one, sir.
Voiced by JYB.
Oh, I almost forgot. You're friends with Yukiko Amagi, right? They found her safe and sound.
Yes.
Tell all your friends at school.
It doesn't really matter what you would
Yeah,
say here.
for us on the force too. But this doesn't mean the case is closed, though. We were just questioning Miss Amagi. But she says she doesn't remember anything that happened while she was missing. And we can't figure out her whereabouts during the missing period either. It's like she really disappeared. It's all pretty fishy if you ask me. Like there's something else going on. Ow!
Stop blabbering, dumbass.
That's domestic violence, Dojima.
Sorry.
Hitting someone in front of
Nora.
your kid.
Just spouting some wild fantasy. Yeah, I know. Anyway, don't mind him.
All right.
He can be a real pain
So that's just
sometimes.
all there is to it. Next time we meet, we are going to be doing
hungry.
some, basically the remainder
right.
of
My
Social
stomach's
Link,
growling
and then
too.
we'll proceed to deal with
you
the
do have a
aftermath
softer
of
side
rescuing
around
Yukiko.
Nanako-chan,
So
sir.
there's a few seconds
Shut
left.
up and
Any
sit down.
any
Wash
final
those
thoughts
hands
you want
first.
that you want to
I
have?
should do
Can't
the
wait
same.
to use Yukiko, and I am hoping I'll get to see her in action soon. All right, see you guys.
All right, later.